Hey guys, let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I'm going live correctly. I hope all of you guys are doing well out there. I wanted to come on here because I had a great uh, connection with some others in my Business Roundtable podcast tonight, and we just did a conversation about uh, forgiveness and resilience, and so I thought it would be a good one just to come live with you on. We'll release this podcast coming up next week. But do you do you see where there is forgiveness and in business? Like, do you forgive? Is that like something a part of your culture? Is it a part of the way you are? Uh, what I found um, over my course of a long time in business, working in as an environmental consultant. It's not a word that comes up often, if at all, candidly. However, that being said, I think really is vital that you're able to forgive that hurt, injustice, things that have come against you, right? Uh, where you're feeling uh, hurt, you're feeling uh, affected, you have negative thoughts that are coming and affecting your way. Can you change that story? One of the things you guys hear me talk about is using the Warrior app, and that is a way of helping me actually go to and process and forgive others. I've definitely learned over the years be quick to forgive because it really is a burden that I continue to pull on myself when I don't forgive. When there's especially resentment, that's when really thing that's toxic. But I've also one of the things we also talked about tonight was how can you forgive others if you can't forgive yourself? So if you're really, really hard on yourself, you're perfectionist, you're looking at all these things that you didn't get right, which we all have, eh, and if you are continuing to pile that on yourself, how is that going to affect you? Or it's going to affect you. It's not how I'm just telling you right now, it's going to affect you to where you can't or you're very hard it's very hard for you to forgive others, and then in that by that you're limiting your connection and your ability to collaborate with another person. So I'm not saying don't have good boundaries, but forgiveness is really about freedom. This is something that, hey, Bill, I'll give a shout out to you, Bill Hatch, what we're talking about, but being free, it's being set free. And this is all about what I work out as a consultant coach in particular is how do we kind of submit ourselves to all the things that are out there, recognizing them, take a knee really. And for me, as a Christian, as a person of faith, it's receiving God's love, appreciation, knowing where I'm at, and then sharing that with others, meaning I forgive them out of abundance that I have and know for myself. I've been forgiven. And so receiving forgiveness and understanding about who I am is that I can come from a place of abundance, not scarcity, and care and love and share on others and seek a connection. And so we were talking about forgiveness tied to resilience, and there's a healing process in there. You can't get to a resilient culture and a resilient way of being and a leader if you don't live this out. And this is why it's so important to live it out, in my opinion, uh, to live out your faith, live out what you believe, and live out forgiveness as a regular part of the way you show up in life. So if you're not including forgiveness in your business, I would encourage you to reconsider, because if you're holding back and you're providing, everything, you keep putting walls or stories, or you cannot forgive the other person, it really is affecting you more than the other person, and ultimately the energy that's being created, because there's always energy. It's whether positive, negative. There's some energy going on there. I would rather create productive, positive, engaging energy, speaking life, encouraging others, lifting them up, rather than distancing ourselves, pushing them away, and ultimately that separates us, right? And it prevents us to coming together as a team. That's my passion, bringing teams together to accomplish great things, right? It prevents us from being able to do that. It limits our ability because there's unforgiveness there. There's a break between us. And so getting that healing, coming together, is a passion of mine. for me, number one, I know what it has done for me. Number two, is you can do that and work through that, the power that it has not only in yourself, but your teams. You know, I have another podcast, the Intelligent Human Leadership podcast, where we talk about knowing yourself to lead yourself and your teams, right? This is a core foundation. And forgiveness is a really key element, a cornerstone, if you will, to that. So that's my thought tonight as I just come on here live with you guys to encourage you, but to think about that. Do the words forgiveness come up in your vocabulary in your business? Because I don't know any business doesn't face challenges, problems, frustrations, and if you are holding on to resentment, bitterness, unforgiveness in your heart of hearts, you're limiting the capacity for your business to grow, expand. You're limiting yourself, limiting your ability to have much more of an impact to the world, and really bring an effectiveness and, you know, really bringing your true talents and gifts and abilities to the marketplace, because you're putting a governor, if you will, on your relationships. And so, as Steward Your Business and the Intelligent Human Leadership podcast, it's all about being the most intelligent human leader, leading with your head and your heart together to impact people positively in their lives. And it starts, one of the ways we can do that is through forgiveness. So I hope that encourages you tonight as I jump on here. Live a life of forgiveness, forgiveness of yourself for the mistakes and the shortcomings that you face and those that are around you. Lead with an lead by an example, and be that most intelligent human leader. So I appreciate you guys just jumping on with me tonight as you listen to this, and I encourage you to go out and forgive those. If any unforgiveness that you have, I promise you, you will feel better in the long run, and you'll be healthier and in a much better place. All right, guys, have an amazing night. Thanks so much for joining me. I will talk to you later.